Hey, what's up everybody, Commander Radix here, bringing you some questions. I'm not bringing you questions, hold up. Hey, what's up everybody, Commander Radix here, bringing you some answers. Welcome to another episode of Community Comments where I answer your questions you have for me. Is there anything else to this intro before I start getting into the questions? I will say that you guys have asked wonderful questions this episode. I saw a lot of comments just breezing through that were like good questions. So thank you very much for keeping my will to live flickering. It's not completely out yet. Community Comments is my series that comes out every... And basically, if you want to ask, if you have any questions for me to ask, you know, your favorite internet sensation, then just leave them in the comments below and I will answer them in the next episode of, what is it called? Community Comments. Mustafa Amin comes in with, who are your favorite YouTubers? Which, ooh, we're starting off with what I would consider a very difficult question. Give me a moment, I'm gonna make a list of who I've been watching lately. Now, I think I've done a video before where people asked me what are my favorite YouTubers, and I believe I mentioned in that video that they change quite often, so my answer to this video is going to be probably a bit different from the last time someone's asked me this, so that's why I'm answering it again. But the three people who come to mind that whenever I see a video from them, I stop everything and click immediately. Digibro, of course, Digibro being he's generally known for being an anime analysis video channel, but I more care about his stuff that isn't anime analysis, to be honest. Digibro has had a profound impact on this channel, if you can't tell. I would say he's kind of the YouTuber that I'm watching what he's doing to like see what I can model off of him, what I don't think is a good idea. You know, I'm using him as my test subject. Before someone gripes at me for ripping off his glasses, it all comes down the evolutionary tree from John Lennon, I believe. JSchlatt is a YouTuber slash streamer that I discovered like 6 days ago. And apparently he was like all the rage, and apparently everyone I know has heard of JSchlatt, but I just haven't heard of him until like a few days ago, and like since a week. But within that week of me discovering him, I have been infatuated with him. I love his charisma. I love how he thinks on the spot. There's so much elements to the JSchlatt persona that I really like. And I really can't model him because a lot of what I like about him are like things that I just don't have as traits. But, you know, I can sit and watch him for a long time. I love the dude. Very creative. And then on my list is MXR. MXR Mod Reviews, MXR Plays, whatever channel he's at. He's this dude who reviews mods for Skyrim and Fallout 4 and stuff, but lately he's been doing a lot more stuff where he's just reacting to Reddit stuff, but I really like MXR as a person. I think he's a lad, if any of you went to my stream where I delved into what lad energy is. And Jeannie, his girlfriend, I think is a very interesting character as well. Those two I think are very interesting. I've been watching those guys since... Well, I've been watching them before Jeannie came into the picture, but I've been watching MXR a long time, but only lately have I started watching their daily uploads on MXR Plays. And of course, don't forget the members of the Lazy KOALAS. Jane McGlinchy, I think, will you do more DC videos? I'm not gonna say no to that because, like, I want to. I like the idea of having DC, like, comics are weird? Absolutely, I plan on doing more comics are weird. I just need to find a weird comic, which won't be that hard. The reason the comics are weird video hasn't come out lately is because I haven't been in the mood to make a comics are weird video. But once I'm in the mood to make a comics are weird video, it won't take long for me to find a weird DC comic, for example, and do a video on it. Besides comics are weird, like any other commentary on DC comics and stuff, I intend to. It's just... right now I don't have any ideas coming to me, but I do plan on getting around to that at some point when I have ideas. That's kind of the reason you guys have seen a lot of Transformers lore videos popping out of this channel lately. It's because for the time being I don't want to say I don't have any ideas for non-Transformer videos. It's more of I don't have much motivation, and it doesn't take much energy to make a Transformers lore video. I kind of just go brain dead to make a Transformers lore video, you know, and I just stick that out there. It takes a little bit more energy, a little bit more brain waves going on to do a non-Transformers lore video, and my brain waves have been low lately. That sounds weird. That sounds like a meme way of saying I'm retarded. My brain waves have been low lately. Robert Holmes asks, what is Ninko? Ninko. What? I googled Ninko and I found a bunch of racetracks. Is this the... It's been quite a while since I released the last video. Was Ninko... I hearted the comment, which suggests that I had an answer. What is Ninko? N-I-N-C-O. Ninko. What? I'm sure this was probably like an in-joke or a meme. Or like I brought up Ninko for some reason at some point. And then, it's just been a month since that. I have no idea what you're talking about. Ninko stands for no, I never could've. Could've. It's could have. I'll kill myself later, trust me. Robert Larson asks, what's the main appeal of Transformers to you? My main appeal to Transformers was how it was doing something new with science fiction, and that was weaving an interconnected multiversal tale, a meta-fiction, dispersed throughout other different forms of fiction. Like every other science fiction story either has one universe that they focus all their energies on and it goes on for decades, or they reboot every 3 to 5 years, and thereby, like, you know, take Gundam for example, which excluding like Turn A, everything is like completely separate. They're in separate universes that will never interact. But Transformers has had one major continuity going on, a continuity in the form of storytelling, not in the form of universe, but a continuous story that was being told, woven in between the lines of each different series that technically were their own universes, but there's a meta-fiction, a multiversal tale being spun out of it. Then they got rid of that, so you can kind of tell why I don't really care much for modern Transformers stories. Siege Rack and Ruin asks, what's your favorite movie, TV show, video game, song, and book? Those are several big questions that require thinking, but my favorite movie, I'm tempted to unironically say Transformers the movie. No other movie gets me pumped like that movie does. Some of my other favorite movies include Taiheiyo no Kiseki Fox to Yobareta Otoko, which is about the Battle of Saipan, and Captain America Civil War. Favorite TV show? The Office ranks pretty high. Man in the High Castle. It's Man in the High Castle. Video game? Skyrim. Absolutely Skyrim. I think that's kind of obvious when you look at my channel. Song. Someone asked me this on a stream lately. My favorite song changes with the winds, but right now it might be, right now my favorite song might be Shitoshin by Luna, as long as it's a human cover of it. That's what I've been jamming out to lately. And book. Ooh, the Bible. A book that I'm getting the most out of recently that I've read is Okinawa, The History of an Island People by George Kerr. Mark Dark 04 asks, what is your favorite Netflix original series? We are full of good questions today, it's amazing. Netflix original series. I don't tend to like Netflix original series. I don't know if there's any Netflix original series I've watched from start to finish, but I do like the bits and pieces of the Black Mirror that I've seen. Although, as I understand it, Black Mirror isn't originally a Netflix series, but yeah. I don't actually have Netflix, so I had Netflix when I was in America, but I don't have it right now. The Black Mirror is the only thing I can think of right now. Young Goals asks, biggest interest in history, like era, from 13.7 billion years ago to this very second. I'm gonna say two things that sound contradictory. Good question. I hate this question, but I think that's a good question, you know, good question to ask. But I've got that question asked a lot of times, and I never have an answer because I don't categorize history like that. I look at history as history, and I like history. You know, I just like it all. If you want to define favorite by which era do I know the most about, and which like specification I know the most about, generally all of American history, pre-Columbian Native Americans, Japanese history from the Meiji Reformation till today, and a little bit of the Edo period, European history in a broad sense throughout most of its history up until around the 1700s, in which I can be a lot more specific about history in Europe from the 1700s on to towards today. The World Wars, the Cold War, etc. Those are kind of like baby's first history classes. UQ in history, I really like. I really like the history of the South. Areas in history that I don't really know that much about. India, I only know India in like really, really broad strokes. Let me add one of the histories I like. I like Chinese history from like 1900 to 1950. In fact, as I've said before, I'm working on like a multi-hour video discussing the history of China from 1900 to 1950. Other histories I don't really know that much about. Burma. I like African history. I really like African history. I don't know much about South American history. I really like Napoleonic history. Like, I did a deep dive into the Napoleonic era for a time. Jab Transformers asks, do you live and do I live? If so, why? Do I live? Sure. Do you live? I can't observe you to confirm if you do or do not. If so, why? Is that why for why do you live, or is it why do I live? Why do I live? Because I am. Why do you live? I just said I don't know, and why I don't know? Because I can't confirm that. And that looks like that's all the questions we have today. Jake Swingteen says, is there anywhere I can read all the Transformers Legends manga in English? No, learn Japanese. Okay, thank you so much for... That was a harsh way to answer that. The answer is no. I know it. I've read it through because I speak Japanese. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions for the next episode of Community Comments, please, I beg of you, leave a comment in the description. You can't leave comments in the description. Leave the comments in the comment section. Leave the questions there, please. Keep in mind, Transformers-related questions should be on my Transformers More Lore videos, and not Community Comments videos, which I plan on getting to the next Transformers More Lore episode relatively soon. And yeah, that's gonna wrap this up video. Sure, I'll use that. Follow me on social media if you have not yet. You know how many of you guys follow me on Twitter? Not enough. Join the Discord servers, link in the description. I'm more active in the Lazy Koalas one than I am in my own server. And if you enjoy this channel, want to see me continue making content, consider supporting me on Patreon. We have some rewards there. You can check that out. Link is in the description. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. Huge thanks to our patrons, including this month's $10 plus patron Josh Adkins. Check out the description for more patrons and more info about how you can receive a shout out here.